Hey, all right, everybody. Dave here, joined by Chris.
Hi.
You're looking a little pale. We just got done filming our playthrough for Ticket to Ride New York, and trust me, you're gonna want to watch it because I don't know. Just watch it and
I'm speechless.
yeah. So, anyways, we're gonna give some impressions, and then we're gonna go down to the board and we're gonna talk a little more in depth. So, Chris, here we go. Ticket to Ride New York.
I do enjoy this one quite a bit. I'm a bigger fan of the bigger box games in the series, but if you want a very quick game, this is a very, very quick and very cutthroat version of this game.
Yeah, and we only played this with 2 players, and certainly the impression with this, and I've played this a number of times, when you play with more players on a small board like that, things get filled up really, really fast.
3 players is even worse.
So, but really quick impression. I'm still a big fan of the bigger box series. This is actually like an evolution of what they call like Ticket to Ride the demo. Just a really quick playing game that was meant to provide retailers with a quick version for them to be able to show customers how to play the game. But it's really, really fun. Got some interesting aspects. All of the maps throughout the whole Ticket to Ride series, everything has its own little thing. And this is connecting these different attractions together to score points. So it's an additional way for you to score some of the points along the way. It's got a nice vertical map with really good layout. Just a really cool, fun game. So let's go ahead and, I enjoy this one. Like I said, I prefer the other ones. But let's go ahead and we're going to spin the camera around and we're going to go down and take a look at the board and talk about things more in depth. Okay, so here we have the map of New York City that takes place on the board. So we've got a nice vertical map, and I think it's got a really, really cool layout. Real nice readable font.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that.
And we've got things that are nice and spread out. Got nice thematic elements like a New York kind of postcard, a nice little scoring key here. And the other thematic element is that we have taxi cabs. Another thematic element is the fact that the rule book actually looks like a travel brochure that you would have seen when you were a kid going along a travel stop. And just a really simple, multi-fold sheet, 2 sides that's going to explain to you how to play the game.
It doesn't take long at all
No.
after reading that one.
And if you're at all familiar with Ticket to Ride, this is going to be a really breezy to play. It's just basically all the same rules. If you're not familiar with Ticket to Ride, this is really a simple entryway for you to play the game without it being overwhelmed. Mm-hmm. But as we get into the gameplay, there's a couple things. This is the neat. So all of the Ticket to Ride maps have different scoring. If you want to, I don't know if you want to call it gimmicks but it's like there's a certain hook for each one.
Right.
And this one is trying to get to these different attractions to be able to score points if you link the routes across to one another. So that's pretty cool to be able to do this. Now, anything else that you want to add about this? Production quality is really cool. We've got nice cards. I like the kind of retro buses and the retro taxi cabs right here that are on there. But really nice card stock. Chris, do you have any elements?
I did like the background color on a lot of these for this map in particular because it's not as harsh. It's nice and kind of bland. I don't want to say bland, but washed out mute.
Okay.
And it didn't really confuse with the bold face of the actual places, so it was easier to find places. It looks nice on the table.
Okay. Now let's talk about the gameplay. And again, if you didn't see the playthrough video, make sure you click the link or look for the little card that popped up on the top of the screen. It'll take you over there. So we only played this 2 players. When you start playing at higher player counts, the space gets taken up really, really fast. Mm-hmm. And this game goes really, really quick. So we only have 15 taxi cabs to start off with, which is 1/3 of the number of trains that you would have in the regular Ticket to Ride. So you're already starting off playing basically 1/3 of the game, and you don't have a lot of time now. So usually it's pretty risky to take destination tickets. Now, in our gameplay, I was actually able to complete 5 tickets as a spoiler. So you have, like all Ticket to Ride games, you do have luck of the draw, but sometimes if you do that, it may not fare so well for you, especially if all of your stuff is down here and then you draw 2 tickets that are way the heck up here, like Midtown to Lincoln Center or Soho, somewhere along here where it's going to be really hard for you to for you to complete them. So you kind of have to plan out and try and get a couple of routes in advance once you complete your tickets before you draw something else. Sorry, these are kind of got knocked around before. But anyways, it's a really, really super quick game.
It is, yeah.
Gives you a good flavor of the Ticket to Ride experience without taking up a lot of time, because our playthrough, including the teach, was 16 minutes.
Oh, that was it?
That was it.
I was kind of under the impression it was less than that, but once you know what you're doing, it was a nice, quick game. Brutal game in our case, on my end, but it's a nice, quick game where you can play 2 or 3 games without even thinking if you wanted to. If you're waiting for people to show up,
or you just want to just feel like, hey, I want a quick Ticket to Ride fix.
That's true, yeah. Because that's what they're good for. Is if you want a really quick hit, these are really great for what you need. Yeah,
and the low price point on this game. This is $20. Yeah. This one here, it's fun. I don't really know how long the replayability is on it, and that's where I want to talk about that. Chris, with a game board like this, what do you think the replayability on this one is going to be?
If you're playing with the same group of people, it's not going to last too long. These demo versions, so to speak, are good for once in a while, but not repetitive plays, in my opinion.
And I agree with that. So anyway, those are our thoughts and impressions on Ticket to Ride New York. If you're interested in getting a copy for yourself, just make sure that you can find it on your local game stores. Still, you can find it in Target. I believe you can even find it in Walmart now. And you can find it in your online retailers as well. So anyway, so if you've, like I said, if this is something that appeals to you, you'd want to check it out for yourself. But this was just our thoughts and impressions on Ticket to Ride New York. Thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.